What's up guys, welcome back to Grafting Dragon Fruit. It's Richard, and in this video today I'm going to be showing you guys my current fertilizing routine with a new fertilizer that I'm going to be using with my dragon fruits. So if you guys are ready, let's get right to it. I know a lot of you have been asking about fertilizing routine, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the simplest way to do all of that with these products right here. So we have Dr. Earth. This has easily been my favorite fertilizer to use just because they have been giving me such amazing results. They're easy to use, and you literally only need these two brands, or this is the same brand, Dr. Earth, but these two types to fertilize your dragon fruit. So I'll show you guys how we're gonna do all that, which ones to use at the stage of your dragon fruit, and it's very easy. So I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna use for these two right here. And the new product that I'll be talking to you guys about is this one right here. This is Dr. Earth Exotic Blend. I've always used Dr. Earth Bud and Bloom. So this is something that I always give to my dragon fruits when they have a bunch of buds, flower, or if I know they're mature enough and want them to push flower, this is my main blend to go to. This is a really good blend to keep feeding your dragon fruit, so that way the fruits gets bigger, sweeter, and you get a lot of productivity from this bag here. All right, so that's what I use for when I flower, but we'll go through that again as I go through these trellis and fertilize them with you guys, okay? So that's what I use for bud and flowering. This new blend here, I've always used the all-purpose Dr. Earth blend, and that one is good. It's really well for growing dragon fruit when they're in their early stages or if they have new growth and you want them to start picking up the pace to grow a little faster. What I've noticed was Dr. Earth actually sent me this blend. I didn't even know about this blend or even looked at it because I was just so used to a certain routine that I was going through, so I just kind of kept it. You know, people like me, when I find something that works, I kind of just keep it like that and I don't change as much. But I'm so glad that Dr. Earth sent me this because this blend makes way more sense for the dragon fruit. And let me just read a little bit about it so you guys know why I think it's such a good blend. So, dragon fruit is a tropical plant. They are subtropical. So this blend here actually says all of that. This is great for your tropical fruits and also subtropical. And you know, this has a lot higher NPK to it. My all-purpose blend has a little bit lower in these numbers here, but this one has a little bit more. So when that number is higher, that means it's gonna give the dragon fruits a little bit more of that nutrient, so that way they can take it all in and grow super, super fast, healthy, and it's just gonna be great for your dragon fruit plant. They're gonna be really satisfied with this blend, and it's, like I said, it's super easy to use. So if you guys are ready, let's just go right into how to use this and which ones I would use this for. So behind me here, I have Sugar Dragon, Wild Berry Skittles, and American Beauty. I know they're still too young to have fruits, so I'm gonna be giving them the exotic blend here. This is gonna help them continue to grow, give more nitrogen, so that way they grow faster branches, bigger branches before the season ends. And by the time you know it, as the season starts to slow down, they're gonna be nice, big, mature. And by the next season, they're gonna be ready for fruits, and that's when we're gonna change fertilizer. But today, I'm gonna be using the exotic blend from Dr. Earth here, and I'm super excited to finally give this a try. I don't know why I haven't seen this mixture or even looked into it, but when Dr. Earth sent it to me, I was like, wow, this is exactly what dragon fruits needs. So I read a little bit about it, and it's just perfect for dragon fruit. Has the high NPK that I need. It's organic, it's granular, and I only need about a cup each to keep it growing and feeding the plants for the next 2 to 3 months before you need to refertilize again. All right, so this cup, this little scooper here is about 2 cups. I want about 1 cup per each pot, so I'm gonna scoop about half of that only. So like I just said, you guys, this one is to feed once they are in their growing stages, early stages, or even if they're cuttings and you want them to grow really quick, use this blend here, okay? So what I'm gonna do today is just gonna toss about a cup. Half of this is about a cup. Gotta sprinkle it all around the pot here. This is Sugar Dragon. And sugar dragon is still climbing. As you guys can see, it hasn't reached the top of the trellis yet. So I want to give it more energy, give it the food that it needs, so that way it can quickly grow up there before the season starts to end, all right? Once you guys add about a cup in there, what you want to do is gently massage it right into the soil. And if you're somebody that has soil that is just so root bounded, or if you've used the Fox Farm Ocean Forest soil and not the Gary's Best, where it's mostly composed of sand and perlite and pumice, you can always add a little bit more soil in there, so that way you have something to mix it with. If it's too tight and you can't mix it in there, go ahead and grab a cup or two of some topsoil. You can use Gary's Best topsoil, or if you already have been using the Ocean Forest, you can go ahead and blend that. But I recommend to use a permanent soil like Gary's Best, and that's gonna keep all of this nutrient in there without it decomposing down and exposing it to the surface where the sun can just blast at it. All right, so I have a really nice mixture here, and it's looking great. So everything's evenly mixed. I'm gonna go ahead and do it to the next 2 pots. Okay, this is wild berry Skittles. Wild berry Skittles has been growing very nicely, but I'm starting to notice that this cutting here isn't growing as fast. So I need to throw some fertilizer in there so it can focus on all this growth. And just check this out, guys. It's putting out all of these new growth. I don't want that. I'm trying to get one of the growth that I have here to grow as quickly as possible. So we're gonna lead this one to go to the top. Any other new growth that comes out, you're gonna wanna take that off right away, so that way focus all of its energy, all of the nutrients and fertilizer that you've been feeding it goes to the one that really matters for the season, right? So let's go ahead and do the same thing. Gonna go ahead, put about a cup in there, mix it all up. And you guys don't have to use bare hands like me. If you guys like to use garden gloves, or gloves, you're more than welcome to. I know the fertilizer does still have a little smell to it, but I don't mind it at all. I just love everything about nature, so it makes me feel connected to the earth. All right, we got wild berry Skittles, nice and fertilized. And here we go. This is American Beauty. American Beauty has been making a lot of great progress. Lots of new growth, branches that's just gonna umbrella out. And pretty soon here, I'm gonna need to move American Beauty to another area, so that way it can really stretch those branches out and create that canopy that everybody really loves. But today, it's still in its growing phase, so I don't have to move it yet, luckily. But once that happens, I'm gonna have to find some space for it and add it to the Dragon Valley. All right, we got our mixture in, the Dr. Earth Exotic Blend. So like I said, guys, this is my first time using this blend. I've always been so used to the all-purpose Dr. Earth blend. So I'm excited to see what kind of results I'm gonna get here. And when that happens, definitely give you guys all those updates to let you guys see if it's worth using this blend. And like I said, I've always used Dr. Earth now because it's just so easy to use, you guys. Literally, these 2 bags, you can go through the whole season with them, and you don't have to guess or kind of do anything to fertilize them. It's very easy. And you're gonna do this about once a month, 3 times a month. It's up to you how frequent you want to fertilize them. I like to do it about every month because I have so much fruits and I wanna make sure that there's always nutrients available for my plants to get. All right, so that's all mixed up here. Okay, after you guys have put all the fertilizer in your pot, you mix them all up, the next step is to water it. And I am so excited to be using my new boots, you guys. I got some high C boots here. If you're someone like me where they haven't evolved into a true gardener yet, I don't even have garden gear. I've always kind of come out here with my Crocs and socks, and I'll come out here and I'll just pretend I'm a great gardener. But then once I start to water, the water would sometimes hit the pot or just get on my foot like this, and I would walk in my house with wet feet or wet socks, and I hated that. Another problem with not having really good garden boots was I would get the thorns, or as I am maintaining my dragon fruit, some thorns would fall off the branches and they would like fall right in between my toe. And as I'm walking, I'll step on those thorns and I would just hate myself every time I do that. So these boots are amazing. They're so comfortable. And the cool thing about it, you guys, is it's 100% waterproof. And that was always my problem, was when I would spray water like this, and you know, it doesn't look like it's getting onto me, but all of these sprinkles actually still kind of fly to me. And if I get a little too close, that happens. But guess what? They're 100% waterproof, so they're not wet at all. And I feel super dry in there. And another thing is, guys, why I really love these boots is because they have a 100-year warranty. These boots are gonna last longer than my life. So if that doesn't catch your attention, then I don't know what will, you guys, because that's really cool that they offer all of that. 100% waterproof with 100-year warranty. So I just love that. And not only that, they have all those cool perks, they are very, very comfortable, and they're keeping my foot very padded. And the water, as I'm spraying, there's no water in there. So they're legitimately 100% waterproof, guys. So that's super cool, right? So if you guys don't have any fashionable garden sense like me, and you guys have always been looking for boots to get, like garden boots, or just, you know, stuff that can keep your feet safe, check out High C, you guys. And I've even got you guys an extra 15% off, and you guys just got to use my code GDF. I'll leave all of that info in my description, so if you guys feel like you guys want to check it out, feel free, all right, guys? All right, let's get back to the fertilizing routine. So, water thoroughly. Right after you guys fertilize, you guys are gonna want to water them right away. What that's gonna do is gonna activate the fertilizer to start doing its thing, breaking it down, so that way it's ready, available for the soil to use. So right now, I'm just going to water all this thoroughly. And that looks good to me. If you guys noticed, there is a plant behind American Beauty that's actively flowering. We actually have a flower that's gonna bloom tonight, and this one has no name because it's a seedling from Robles Red that I grafted. I actually grafted this seedling for my friend Donovan. He never came to pick it up, so I ended up keeping it, and now it's flowering. So I'm like, you know what? Like, Donovan's not gonna take it, I'll keep it and see if the fruit is good, and if it's good, then I'll just have it in my collection, right? So this is a Robles Red seedling. I have about 3 flowers here and 1 fruit that's already growing. And the cool part about this, you guys, is it's in a 3-gallon pot. So if you guys look out here behind the American Beauty, it's growing on this 3-gallon pot here. It has reached about 6 to 7 foot, and now it has 4 buds and a fruit already growing. So if you guys ask, do you need to grow dragon fruits in 20 gallons to get fruit? No, you don't, because that's proof right there that you guys just saw a 3-gallon pot with a mature dragon fruit, and I got 4 fruits on it. So if you're grafting or you just want to see if the variety is good, but you don't want to waste space, this is a great way to grow them, try them before you commit to a permanent pot, like a 20 to 25 gallon and a whole trellis, all right? Okay, so since that one is flowering, you guys, and it has fruits, we're gonna go ahead and bust this out right here. This is the Dr. Earth Flower Girl Bud and Bloom, and I've used this for about 2 years now. Love it. So easy to use. I've been seeing that after I add this on, in about 2 weeks, once it decomposes and the nutrients starts to get taken up by the roots, you're gonna start seeing more flower buds kind of just start pushing. And that is so cool, because I used to use Florinova Bloom to get that, but now knowing that an organic fertilizer can do that, I just prefer it this way because it's just so easy. You kind of just throw it in there, forget about it, and once you guys come check out your plant, you're gonna see all of these flower buds and fruits. All right, so what I'm gonna do is also add 1 cup to the 3-gallon pot. And this one is pretty root bounded, so I cannot really mix in there, but I'm gonna try my best because it's in a 3-gallon pot. it's really, really tight roots in there. So something like that looks perfectly fine to me. Now, the last step is to water it. So that way all of the fertilizer can reach to the roots and start breaking down into the nutrients that it needs. All right, that's so cool. Okay, you guys ready to go to Dragon Valley? Let's go. All right, as you guys can see, all of the dragon fruits here have been very productive. They got buds going, some that's been pollinated. We got fruits blushing, ripening. So they are ready for the flower girl bud and bloom. All right, guys. And if you guys are still confused, I'm gonna let you guys hear it again. If you guys have dragon fruits that are flowering, budding, or you guys think that it's gonna throw some bud soon, go ahead and use Flower Girl through their whole season until it stops budding. So I will use this in April when they start to flower all the way to the end of October. So you don't have to change it if they're in their flowering season. The only time you need to change is when you're using the exotic blend and you're growing the newly cuttings or the ones that's just putting out shoots. But once you notice that they're gonna start to put out buds, you can go ahead and switch that to Flower Girl, okay? So hopefully that's easy enough for you guys to understand. And I'm trying to keep it simple with these two products only. That's all you need for your whole dragon fruit season. All right. This is my Asunta 6 sibling trellis. This is Pixie Sky here that has just bloomed about 5 days ago. You can see the flower is still kind of there. It hasn't faded away yet, but I really like this Pixie Sky flower, guys, because it's the first true purple flower or violet flower that I've seen. I'm so used to seeing all of the pink tones or the very fuchsia magenta color, but this is the first violet dragon fruit flower that I've seen, and it's produced by Pixie Sky and Asunta 6 sister. It's a really beautiful flower. Every time I see it, it just puts me into a dream state. So I really like that. Okay, so I don't know if you guys watched the other video where I've talked a little bit about how this pot specifically hasn't been producing a lot of flowers, mainly because it's sitting right underneath this avocado tree and this shed right here. So it doesn't get enough sun. It produces buds and flowers, but not nearly enough. I'm getting about 1 to 2 fruits per variety. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give this pot a whole 2 cup of the Flower Girl Bud and Bloom, and in hope, in return, that they'll put out new buds. And if they don't, it's okay. I already have fruits and buds on here. I would like them to just grow bigger and sweeter if I don't get any more buds, right? Same thing, guys. Flower Girl being mixed into the pot. Just like that. And then again, you guys see sometimes I have to walk through just a very dirty area, a lot of wood chips, a lot of dirt, but these boots have been keeping my feet nice and safe. So I'm really enjoying these boots. These high-sea boots are super legit, you guys, so comfortable. Still dry feet. I usually always come in and my socks are wet and my wife's like, why are you wet again? And now I can come in the house and she won't kick me out because my feet are dry, right? So that's super cool. All right, so we got the Flower Girl in there, about 2 cups. And you're probably asking me, Richard, do I really need 2 cups in there? No, you don't. I'm just that type of person that likes to over-fertilize, because these organic fertilizer from Dr. Earth, they will never burn your tree or you can never overfeed them. It's organic, so it slowly releases as it starts to decompose anyways. So it's totally fine. If you think it's a waste and you want to save money, 1 cup will do the trick, you guys. So don't have to do 2 cups. I just want this to really force out some more buds, so that's why I'm throwing 2 cups in there. But the rule of thumb is 1 cup per pot every 2 to 3 months. Or if you want to be somebody like me that likes to test and push its limits, I do about 1 to 2 cups every month. And that's just how I kind of do things here, guys. But again, if you want to save money, you guys don't have to do all that. Every 3 months, 1 cup is perfectly fine. All right, I'm gonna have to fertilize all of these pots too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start fertilizing them, and then probably turn on some music so you guys can just watch me do it the whole time. All right, so let's go. So it's really taken me about maybe 30 seconds each pot. It's taken me a little longer because I'm talking to you guys as I'm doing it, but once I'm really focused and locked in, I'm shoving them in, mixing them up, and then to the next pot right away I go. So if you guys are paying attention, every pot that I'm using Flower Girl has at least a fruit, bud, or flower. So just follow what the bag says. It's Flower Girl, and if you see flower, use Flower Girl. If you see fruits, use Flower Girl. If you see buds, use Flower Girl. And then you guys will see the significant changes on your dragon fruit as soon as you guys start to use it. The results show really fast. I've noticed in about 2 weeks is when I start to see the response from the fertilizer. And for organic fertilizer, I still think that's pretty fast. I'm used to all of the synthetic fertilizer I used to use. It gives me instant results, but it doesn't continue to feed your plants all year round. So I got really tired of having to feed my dragon fruits every feeding. It's a lot of work when you have to do that. I'll fill a trash can up, about a 45-gallon trash can up, and I would literally take a 2-gallon bucket, scoop it out, and feed every pot with a 2-gallon bucket. This, I only have to come out here now every month and fertilize them, and I can just come out here, enjoy all of my dragon fruits, and just water them every time they need a watering. Here we go. So what I'm doing now is, guys, I'm just gonna fill all the pots up, and once they're all filled with the Flower Girl, Bud and Bloom, then I'll come back and water everything, so that way I don't have to go back and forth doing 2 things at once. You guys are wondering what fruit this is. I know it looks a little different from all the dragon fruits, and this is Frankies Red. Frankies Red is a self-fertile variety, and I didn't know that it was a self-fertile variety until recently, about a year ago. Really good sweet fruits, kind of reminds me of Pelora, but with way more flavor. So if you guys like the yellow Ecuador Pelora, Frankies Red is a little hard to grow because it just doesn't like dry weather. In California here, they dry up very easily, but if you're in a more humid spot, I know they do a lot better. So I grafted them, and they've been growing somewhat well, but once it gets too hot, they kind of start rejecting the weather here, but they still hold the fruit, and I'm hopeful for that because even though it doesn't really grow well, you guys can see it has a lot of dehydration, scabbing, but the fruits are still there, and I'm happy with that. All right, guys, on to the next. This is Purple Haze. Purple Haze just grows giant fruits, and I don't gotta worry about the size. I just want it to be sweet now, so that's why I'm gonna add some Flower Girl to continue to give it all of the stuff that it needs to grow into big, sweet, juicy, delicious dragon fruits. Okay, I'll probably fertilize 2 more pots before I start watering, just because I want to show you guys the Asunta Trellis. I want to show it off to you guys a little bit and its progress. And they definitely need some Flower Girl Bud and Bloom, because look at the amount of buds that's all over it. There's easily 50 fruits on this trellis, and we have Asunta 3, Asunta 5 Sunset Sherbet, Asunta 5 Paco, and we also have Asunta 5 Sunset Sherbet. I already said that. Yeah, Asunta 5, 3, and Asunta 4 was the 4th one, and that one's growing down here. Asunta 4 might be a variety that we'll be removing because the flowers get stuck a lot. A lot of other growers has also been reporting that that's also a problem. So this might be my last year growing Asunta 4, but it's okay because I got so many Asunta 6 sisters that I want to replace it with, so it's totally fine. This here is Wild Berry Skittles and Asunta 6. Asunta 6 is right over there. And right on top there, that big fruit there is Asunta 6. So we got Asunta 6 and Wild Berry Skittles in this pot. And this year, I am so happy with Wild Berry Skittles because I got so many fruits this season. I normally get about 2 or 3 fruits from Wild Berry Skittles, but this season, for some reason, maybe it could be the flower girl, but I got double the amount of fruits. I can count probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Wild Berry Skittles. So that's gonna be cool. I hope that I have enough to share with somebody this season, or do a taste test and invite people over so that way they can taste Wild Berry Skittles, because I really like this one and I want to start having other people experience the same thing I'm experiencing. All right guys, same thing, mix it up, mix, mix, mix. Very easy to do. So you got to just do this every 2 to 3 months. Every month if you're like me, and you're gonna have beautiful, healthy, big dragon fruits just like me. All right guys, so my last pot here, I'm gonna add 2 cups to this one just because it's so loaded with dragon fruits, you guys. This is so cool. I feel like I'm like harvesting dragon eggs, or I just found the jackpot of dragons here, because these fruits here, they look like dragon fruits from Game of Thrones. Have you guys ever seen Daenerys with her eggs? This is what they remind me of. It looks so cool. All right guys, I'm gonna throw 2 cups in this one. Nice and mix. All right, so I think I'm ready to start watering some of them. And this is a 12 pound bag. I've used maybe about a quarter of it, so we still got a lot here. So this is probably good for another feeding, or maybe 2. So maybe 2 to 3 feedings with a 12 pound bag. But hey, that's really, like I said, you guys don't have to do this every day. You're literally fertilizing once every month or every 2 to 3 months. So this is gonna last you quite a while. Let me go get the hose, finish off with some watering, and then we'll talk a little bit about watering as I'm doing it. All right, guys. Another question that I get a lot is, how long should I be watering my dragon fruits? And that is such a broad question, because the weather here in California, if it's hot enough like this week has been, where it's been about 88 to 95 degrees this whole week, I've been literally watering my dragon fruit every day. So when I see the top of the dragon fruit dry, like the soil is starting to kind of crust and become clump because it's so dry and doesn't have water, I'll water them for at least 10 seconds every day. But because now I've added some fertilizer into the pot, I want all of that fertilizer to seep down deep into the roots. I'm gonna do about 20 seconds to 30 seconds today, okay guys? So now we have fertilizer in. We're gonna do a nice deep watering, about 20 to 30 seconds in the pot. It's gonna look like it's overflowing, but you guys can see the fertilizer mix in, finally getting broken down by the water. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna start flowing down into the soil and seep into the roots. And don't water so much where it overflows and then all of your fertilizer fall out. So be very cautious about that, okay guys? You guys don't wanna waste all that fertilizer coming out. So let's go ahead and water all these pots. Yeah guys, it's been really hot here in California in Anaheim, and I've been literally going out here with a sun hat on in the hottest time of the day to water them. Don't wait until it gets cool. because as you're waiting, your dragon fruit is literally crying because it's so hot. That sun is hitting that pot, it's black, so it sucks in the heat, and the top is also dry, so there's nothing hydrating them, there's nothing keeping them cool, so you guys are gonna get more sunburn, and you're also gonna get buds aborting if it's too hot. So it's really important that you guys keep track of that watering. There's a myth that they say you shouldn't water your plants during the hottest time of the day, but if you guys think about it, during the hottest time of the day, how would you survive without any water? So I kind of just put that 2 and 2 together and started watering them at the hottest time of the day, and I've been getting less sunburn, less buds aborting, and happier dragon fruits without them wilting to a dry branch, because they actually have the water to keep them hydrated and cool during the hottest time of the day. So if you guys are one of those people that have been listening and just watering at night, or not coming out here to cool down your dragon fruits at the hottest time of the day, take that time, put on a sun hat, come out here with some sun lotion so that way you guys won't get sunburnt, and give your guys a nice 10-second watering per pot, and do that every day if you have to, so that way it continues to keep your dragon fruit nice and healthy. All right guys, I'm gonna water this last pot here, end this video, and then finish up the rest off camera, so that way I'm not dragging this along. So this is the last pot I'm gonna be watering. Another 20 to 30 seconds in this pot. We have Thai Gold, White Sapphire, Sour Patch Kids, all in this pot. Getting a really nice watering in there. And the whole time that I've been watering, fertilizing dragon fruit, feet is still dry, nice, toasty, and warm, and I'm comfortable. So that's great. Really love these boots, and I hope you guys check them out, because I was the type of person that just kind of used what I've always had, and it's time to finally pick up my gear, my garden gear, and suit myself up to look the part, right guys? So it starts with the boots. If you guys have any other things that you guys use for gardening, let me know, because I would like to try them out to see if it can improve my life while I'm gardening, all right guys? Okay, so that's it. I'll continue to finish the rest, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys did, please hit that like button. If you guys have any comments with what I did here today, fertilizing, watering, or anything at all, please leave it in the comments below, and I will get back to you guys as soon as I can. And if you guys have not subscribed to this channel yet, please hit that subscribe button, so that way you guys won't miss a single thing. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of Grafting Dragon Fruit. Peace.